Did Thomas Crapper really invent the toilet? How did Soviet-era famines give us Tony the Tiger? How did Sigmund Freud's nephew use bananas to start a 36-year civil war? You can learn all about these and hundreds of stories in my new book, Facts That Aren't True. Link in the description.
Just because you don't know what it means doesn't mean that's my objective. So, nice try.
I like how you're doing anything other than engaging with the
Now I'm not
cross-examination.
engaging. How
Just
can I
like
engage
you
if I don't even know what
refused to
you're
even
saying?
make an attempt to not believe that the sun is in the sky, you threw a tantrum and said, I don't feel like
So,
it.
so how are we not engaging if you don't even know what these things are? How can you engage with some? How can you engage in surgery if you've never studied it? How do you do that? So how am I supposed to engage with you if you don't even know what the words I'm saying mean?
I have done things like make very minor mechanical like adjustments and repairs on bicycles, cars, random objects in my house without having any fucking idea what the tools are called. Okay? That's how. It's actually not all that difficult. What you're doing is just
That has
jerking
nothing to
yourself
do
off
with
by playing these
epistemology.
esoteric word games and pretending like you're winning the
Now they're
argument
esoteric.
by when you can't justify something, you ask somebody, "Do you know
Okay,
what
what's
this
your
term
criteria
means?
for justification?
Do you know what esoteric means?"
What's your criteria
You don't know
for
what esoteric means.
justification?
So when you laughed earlier to be like,
What's
hardy
your
har har har,
criteria
that's
for
not what's going on.
justification?
That clearly so
What's your criteria for justification?
no, the question is, what other methods did you use to determine that the sun is in the sky?
I just told you sense data. There's no other
So you're an
method.
empiricist. There's no other method.
No.
You're a pure empiricist. Thank you.
Something that's physical, you come to knowledge of the physical thing through sense data. That's
Yeah,
not
you're
the
an empiricist.
only way to obtain knowledge because there's also things that are immaterial. So
Like
how do
what?
you, through sense data, I just told you logic.
Logic is immaterial.
You believe logic is material?
I think logic is a concept. It's not real.
Okay, so then it's not material.
Yeah, but it's also not real. So it's
It
not
doesn't
made
matter.
of
Okay,
anything.
so if it's not real, right? Is it objective or subjective?
Logic?
Yeah.
It appears to be objective because it's grounded in an actual reality and existence that we have. And we've come up
So
with
if it's not real,
co-referential.
how
Yeah,
can
I'm
it be
literally
grounded
still
in
talking.
something?
We've come up with co-referential methods for being able to validate truth claims.
Yeah, but how do you know? How do you validate something if it's not real? Then it's just arbitrary. You don't realize
Yeah,
that?
it's a tool used to do so. Words are arbitrary. The words you and I
No,
are
they're not.
speaking, yes, they are.
Words are objective. They pick out something.
Do you know that there
in
are
reality.
different languages out there? Did you know that?
It's
Did
still
you know that there
objective.
are different languages out there?
Okay, let's
So
talk
we
about
could
that.
have
Let's talk about
selected
okay.
different
So really
words for every
quickly,
single part of our
really
vocabulary.
quickly,
So thank you
let's
for
take Spanish.
thank you for proving
Let's
my
take
point.
Spanish and English, right? Let's talk about it. You said there's different languages, which has nothing to do with anything. So there's different languages. In Spanish and English, are there words that pick out the same object in both languages or no?
Yeah, so it's grounded in the object,
So then
grounded in
it's
a
objective.
material
Like I
reality.
just said, language is objective. So what did you just prove by telling me there were different languages?
I don't remember specifically what you said that was the error at this
So then you
point.
don't even know. You don't even know what's going on
I
right
don't
now.
remember the
You're
specific
lost.
thing because you're jumping all over the place.
I'm
So
literally not jumping. I'm stuck
yes,
on
you
the
are.
language part.
You
We're still
have
on
had
the
to run
language.
away multiple
We're
times.
still on
I can't
language.
not believe the sun is in the
We're
sky.
still on
Run
language.
away. I can't give
I
you
ran
a
from language.
non-material reason to
Didn't you
believe the
just
sun
make
is
the
in the
claim
sky.
that
Run
there's
away.
different languages? And aren't we still talking about language? So how am I running and what am I running from if we're still talking about language?
Everything.
Everything. What does
Yes.
everything even mean as an atheist? Because words don't have meaning in your worldview. You know that, right? Since everything's just accidental.
They don't have inherent meaning.
Inherent meaning. What does that even mean?
Okay, I'm going to invent a word right now. Ready?
Yeah,
Do you accept that people are allowed to invent words?
sure. They still would be objective. Even if you made up a
Skibbity
new
bibbity hibbity
word,
boo. What is that objectively?
you tell me you just invented it.
That's what I thought. So,
That's
what do you want to
thought.
talk about next?
You don't. Are you even tracking at this point?
It's kind of hard with you because you are
I
very
know it's
stream of
hard because
consciousness
you can't get
in
through
the way
this.
you speak.
You can't get through this. It's okay. I'll hold your hand through this. So you just said you invented a word, and you said, "What does that mean?" You just said you invented it.
Yeah,
So
you
you're
said
supposed to put me
words
in-
are objectively, like they objectively ground something. So I just made that
No,
up. It
so
doesn't
that's
objectively
not-
ground
That's
anything.
not what I said. That's not what I said.
So
I
what'd you
said
say?
words are objective because words
Okay,
pick out
skibbity
an
hibbity
object
bibbity boo.
in reality.
Objectively, what is that?
You have to. You just said you invented the word. Are you like?
Okay,
low
so now I'm
IQ?
going to tell you that it objectively means nothing other than itself, I guess. So there. Now, where have we gotten?
Yeah, that's just incoherent. That doesn't actually tell me anything.
Congratulations.
Unless you're saying the word literally means nothing. In that case, then it's synonymous with the word nothing. So then you can use both words to pick out nothing. So it's still objective. You don't understand that?
No, I didn't understand anything you said. And it could be a me problem or it could
It's
be a
literally
you
just an
problem.
IQ gap
I'm
at
not
this
really
point.
here
So you
to
were talking about you
diagnose.
want
People are going to
you wanna
watch
talk
and
to
make their
people
own
with double
decisions.
IQ. I want to talk to people with triple IQ because obviously, if you have a double digit
Quadruple's
IQ, it's
too
either
much
in the
for you?
low-
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's either in the
I'll
low
tone it
double
down.
digits, or you're probably in like the 70s or something at this point. So you couldn't even understand what I said when I said words are objective. Objective just means it picks out an object, something in reality.
It's not what
Do you
objective
disagree?
means. Objective means true in all cases.
So the word orange, does it pick out an object in reality? Yes or no?
Two of them.
Yeah, so it picks out an object in reality, right?
Yeah, two of them.
Yeah, so then it's objective.
It has two different definitions. That's a little bit,
Do you know what objective means?
yeah, true in all cases.
No, that's objective versus subjective. We're talking about
You said
objectivity.
objective. Objective means true in
Do
all
you know
cases.
what object is? What is an object?
So this is an etymological fallacy. Objective means object. No. That's not what that means.
What is
Buddy,
object
if you can't
mean?
speak English, then I don't know how we're going to have a conversation.
Object literally just means something
We're
material.
not talking about objects. We're talking about objective, which means true in all cases.
About objects. Haven't you heard me this whole time? I said they pick out
No,
objects in
you
reality.
said that they're objective.
Because they pick out something in reality.
That's not what objective means.
Oh my God. Do you know words aren't rigid designators?
Sure, why not?
So if you know that, then the word
Wait, so
objective
words
just
don't
means
mean
one thing.
anything, so we actually can't have a conversation. Okay.
I didn't say that. Do you even know what a rigid designator is? It just means it doesn't pick out the same thing in all possible worlds. Words don't have one meaning. That's what that means.
So then they're not objective. Congratulations. You just debunked
Objective
yourself.
doesn't mean one thing. You
Yes, it
didn't know
does.
that,
It means true in
No,
all
it does
cases.
not.
And then you just said
No, it
words violate that. So congratulations.
No, it doesn't.
You're wrong according to you.
No, that's not what it means.
No. You're doing
Yeah,
the
so
you can't
mocking
fire me, I
doesn't-
quit
it's
thing
not an
again.
argument. Like you realize that, right?
Me pointing out the contradiction in your like thought
What was the
process.
contradiction? So
is-
you just said objective meant one thing. I said no,
No.
it doesn't always mean that one thing because it's not a rigid designator.
You
And
said
then just
words are
rigid designator
objective.
means-
You said words are objective. I'm telling you what
Meaning they
objective
pick
means.
out an
And then
object.
you said that
They pick out an
words can't be like that.
They pick out an object.
That's not what objective means. So
Words aren't rigid designators. What don't you
great.
understand?
Then they're not objective.
Rigid designator and objective aren't synonymous. Are you this low IQ, bro? This is ridiculous. You don't even know what words mean. You don't know English. This is retarded.
You don't know the definition of objective. Oh, you rage quitted. Okay. Objective means true in all cases. So if words can have their meaning changed over time, then they're not objective.